Per noi di coppia, sentire qualità.
Shoutout Boss Paul Vincent Villanueva, Manyada yan. Wala, yan lang yung na-prepare ko, boss. Ano lang, Los Angeles Clippers lang tayo, tsaka Brooklyn. Maliit kasi ako.
That speeded up play, and they were really good at making teams play at their pace.
And they hurt.
More! Let's go.
City this loud, be this slept on.
Where else is history? Still in the making.
Oh, my goodness. Basketball brilliance on display.
The star power on the court in this game tonight. Buckle up, get your popcorn.
48 minutes, man. Let's put together a big effort.
And we're playing one of the best teams that we have in this league.
Kawhi Leonard is smoking hot.
I love playing against the best, brings the best out of you.
Come on, one stop.
So give me
Come on, defense, let's
go. Your energy.
You just have to love the energy right now.
And Irving's putting out a show here. This is wizardry right now.
James Harden.
The leadership of Harden, excellent.
This has been everything we have expected between two of the NBA's heavyweights.
It's lived up to the hype.
Boy, oh boy, was this fun.
It was great competition. Some of the top players in the world to go against each other on TV. So grateful to get the fans what they wanted.
This is a game you don't want to miss.
Can't wait for the Brooklyn Nets and the LA Clippers on an NBA Sunday presented by State Farm. Just a gorgeous day in Santa Monica and in downtown LA. That's where we are tonight for the Staples Center. Tonight, home of the LA Clippers, who will host the Brooklyn Nets. Our starting lineup is brought to you by Coin Royal Apple. Crown Royal Apple is we look at the Brooklyn Nets finishing up this West Coast trip. Irving, Bruce Brown, James Harden, Joe Harris, and Jeff Green, the starting center right now for the Nets. With the Clippers, they're finally getting healthy. Beverly, George, Leonard back in the lineup, as is Nick Batum and Serge Ibaka starting for the LA Clippers at center. It really is one of the marquee matchups of the entire regular season. These two teams not only think they're capable of winning a championship, but they are so entertaining to play. Two high-powered offenses, some of the brightest stars in the league, going at it for the second time this season. They had a great game earlier this year, back on February 2nd in Brooklyn, a high-scoring affair. And Marcus has certainly the potential to be one of the more entertaining games of the season.
The star power and the challenges that both of these teams put on each other offensively. Absolutely explosive, and you have to be ready.
And, Jeff, both teams playing well. So far, the Nets on this road trip is the last of the 5-game West Coast swing. They are a perfect 4-0. Clippers have won 5 of their last 6.
Without Kevin Durant, and so will they be happy just to leave and get back home, or are they ready to go against, I think, arguably the most talented team in the NBA?
Durant missing his 4th consecutive game with a hamstring. They're being obviously very cautious. Harden finds Brown. Brown gets in the paint. Shot won't go. Ibaka with a rebound. Clippers coming off their best victory of the season, perhaps, on Friday night. They snapped the Jazz winning streak and beat Utah here at Staples Center, 116-112. It was the return of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, had been out with injuries. Beverly, first bucket of the game, won't go. Nope, Harden with a rebound.
I'm just trying to go back to what you said, arguably. With all due respect, doesn't mean that they're going to win it all. But who would you put in the discussion as far as the talent level that the Nets have when healthy and whole with those two guys?
With the Nets, you said?
Yes.
I think the Clippers are the most talented team.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Wow.
When you take defensive ability and offensive ability, I think they're the most talented team in the NBA. And I thought that last year, too.
I thought it last year, but I think when you put Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden, Leonard knocked down the shot on the floor on the same team.
Oh, they're amazing. I just think the defensive versatility of the Clippers coupled with their offensive skill, I just think that's going to be hard to deal with in the playoffs as Green hits a corner three.
Well, both teams off to good shooting starts on this trip. Brooklyn has led games by 36, by 28, by 28, by 25, and they're doing it with their leading scorer missing 3 of the 4 games with Durant out as Leonard misses. They have just been devastating teams with this offense. At times, unstoppable. Irving can't. And here comes Paul George. George returned on Friday. 7 games, had a toe injury. Only played about 27 minutes, says not ready. Played a full 35-36, had 15 points, but looked sharp early. So the foul on Brown, that's going to be his first. Durant close to returning. He'll fly home after this one. And the ball turned over. Brooklyn number 1 in the NBA in scoring, over 121 a game as Irving gets inside. Well defended by Serge Ibaka, though Irving thought he was fouled. Leonard back to Ibaka. Leonard tries another three-pointer. That's good. Kawhi Leonard from downtown, shooting 38% from there this season.
I like what Patrick Beverley was doing, picking James Harden up full court, forcing somebody else to be the guy handling the basketball and making plays.
Off the turnover, Beverley lays it up and in. Beverley had a very good game Friday. Was one of their premier defenders. With 4 starters, as we talked about on NBA Courtside, they have 4 starters who've been all-NBA defensive players. Joe Harris misses. Rebound taken by Leonard. Irving pokes it away. Good hands from Kyrie Irving. And then Beverley and Harden, former teammates in Houston, shove each other. That was a hard foul from Beverley that Harden took exception to.
Hard foul?
Absolutely.
Oh, my goodness.
Mike's gotten soft.
God.
James Harden's on my side on that one.
Oh, that's brutal.
Well, that's a flagrant 5.
It doesn't look as impactful in slow motion.
And then they pushed each other. There was no technicals?
Well, Harden certainly didn't appreciate it as Beverley picks up the first. I like the fact that they didn't call technicals on that.
I think they should make them actually fight.
Harden for the
drop the cage down and let him go.
But I don't like the fact that it wasn't technical. I want you to be consistent across the board.
I agree with that, too. I just think it shows, though, Mike, when we take those type of fouls, it's good basketball by the rules. We have to reconsider the rules.
Joe Harris, the NBA's leading three-point shooter, actually the top 2 three-point shooters in the NBA right now in this game. Marcus Morris, who comes off the bench for the Clippers, he's shooting 50%. Harris over 50%. And Brown just picks up his second foul, trying to deny Serge Ibaka down low.
Joe Harris is trying to do something remarkable. He's 50% from the floor, 50% from 3, and trying to get to 70% from the free throw line. The first 50-50-70 guy.
Well, that's the strange thing. He's been shooting so well, but has not been as consistent from the free throw line. Beverley drives on Green. Leonard calling for it. Kyrie Irving on Kawhi Leonard. And Leonard scores easily.
Good high percentage play by Kawhi Leonard. I thought the first time with Paul George posted up Kyrie played with a little too much. Kyrie Kawhi made up his mind and made a big time high percentage move.
Harden shot is short. Leonard, quick outlet to Beverly. Beverly looking for Paul George. Now Green switches on him. Ibaka has Irving on him. Clippers trying to take advantage of the mismatches, and Irving called for his first foul.
It's almost like they're searching Kyrie Irving out defensively. And here's what I'm talking about. Kawhi being defended by the smaller Kyrie Irving. No nonsense. I'm not going to play with you. Takes advantage of his size and strength, gets to his spot to score.
We saw it last night as the pass is intercepted by Harden with LeBron James trying to search out Duncan Robinson and put him in pick and rolls. It's the same thing here.
Irving jab step on. The efficiency at which all 5 of these All-Stars, All-NBA players are scoring has just been incredible. Harden switches on Paul George. And George did a good job selling that one as Harden picks up the foul. We're going to have our first timeout.
Kyrie Irving is so gifted offensively. Look at the footwork. Jab. Jab again against an elite defender, and then just raises up over the top for 3.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm.
Kawhi Leonard guarded by Joe Harris. Matchups so intriguing in these games. As George whips it past to Beverly. Corner three from Beverly. That's good.
Well, they switched the initial pick and roll and then pulled the trigger on a double team. Good offense by the Clippers to move it out of the double team for the corner three.
Brown, backdoor Irving, whips it past Brown, but Brown not expecting it. Harden has it with 6 to shoot. Scampers into the paint, shot short, rebound Harden. Harden's averaging over 8 rebounds a game in addition to leading the league in assists. He's scoring 24 games as he banks it home.
Three-point line. Give him the left hand. That's going to be the game plan. Help has got to be ready much quicker. You're going to do play-by-play.
I know.
Leadership.
I'll tell you one thing. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in that conversation. And could they please include Steve Nash? Is that too much to ask?
That's a good point.
Why are you saying they? Don't throw James Harden in there. It was Kyrie that told the story and credit for making the adjustments.
Irving with the left hand comes up short. Leonard the rebound. Luka Zubac has come into the game for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard drills another three. Leonard 11 points already. Haven't even played 7 minutes. Harden, step back three. Got it. James Harden from way downtown.
Guys are just so incredible at making tough shots.
And really, everything starts basically on every possession with a high pick and roll. See how they guard it? The Nets are switching more.
Paul George, his three-pointer rattles in. LA now 5 of 6 from downtown to start.
And that's good defense on that shot. You can't lose your discipline if you get scored on that type of shot.
And Harden, a beautiful floater into the paint. Batum quickly the other way. Lou Williams is checked in. George, a three-pointer from the corner. That won't go. Zubac keeps it alive, but Harden comes away. Harden again, the penetration draws some contact, blocked by Leonard. Well, Harden will shoot free throws.
Sports fans, gear up at NBAStore.com with officially licensed fan gear.
And be a good defensive team.
Timotei Luwawu-Cabarrot's in the game for the Nets. Lou Williams, nice feed inside. Zubac got hammered. And Zubac will shoot.
So good move by Harden. Going right, seeks the contact, draws the foul, but look at the recovery by Leonard. You know, when James Harden hits you, most people end up continuing on because he's so powerful. Leonard took that hit, stood his ground, and reacted with an incredible defensive play.
You get the feeling Leonard, of course, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. He's been, if not the best, certainly one of the best defenders in the league for 6-7 years going now. He thrives on these type of games, these matchups when he goes up against some of the great players in the league. Harden again. James Harden off to a hot start. He's 5 of 8 from the field. He's got 13 points. Lou Williams, nice screen set by Zubac. Williams shot short, but comes right back to him. Can't get that one to go. Terrence Mann has come into the game for the Clippers. Irving drives past Zubac, kicks it out to Harden. Inside to Irving, left-handed, lays it up and in. And a timeout call by Tyronn Lue as Brooklyn takes a 1-point lead. We've already seen some incredible shot making here in the first.
An unselfish play. You know, James Harden on fire, surrenders, gives up the basketball. Kyrie Irving gives it back, and then he makes the play for him. Just big-time, high-level offensive weapons on the floor, led by James Harden. Good defense, better offense. Hand up, so what?
ShopNBAStore.com now for the best selection of Nets and Clippers gear. Choose from jerseys, t-shirts, hats, and more. NBAStore.com, a Fanatics experience. Kawhi Leonard off to an excellent start. Guarded well by Jeff Green. Marcus Morris just checked into the game with the ball. Leonard spins, gets to the rim, throws up a wild shot. He wanted a foul. Irving pushes the other way, back out to Harden. Harden fires from three. Poked out of bounds, still triple ball.
It looked like Kawhi got grabbed.
I think he did by Harden.
Yep. So Terrence Mann will bring it up. And getting some time now for the Clippers. Tyronn Lue loves his defense. Going to need that tonight. Lou Williams shot is short. Luau Cabarrot the rebound. And guarding Kyrie Irving uses the screen beautifully, gets inside, lays it up with the left hand.
Name me another guy in our league who finishes with his offhand better than Kawhi. I mean, better than Kyrie.
DeAndre Jordan with a block shot. Luau Cabarrot the rebound.
Great question.
Green for three.
I'll cheat and say Ben Simmons.
Offhand. Well,
okay.
Pretty good.
Leonard's shot is too strong. Here comes Harden. Harden's got 7 rebounds already.
I got another one, too. Mike Conley.
Irving nails that one.
But I'm still taking Kyrie Irving. But Mike, yeah. You didn't see the Hawks matchup during the bubble? Mike Conley won it.
Thankfully, no, I didn't.
Meanwhile, Harden and Irving have 25 of the 28 points for Brooklyn.
That's called balanced scoring, Mike.
Morris. Nice feed inside the Zubac.
James Harden upset. He felt like he didn't need help. No sense in leaving home, allowing Zubac for easy lay-ins.
Harden left open, but a moving screen is going to be called on DeAndre Jordan. And now another whistle coming out. Sean Corbin originally called it, but Trey Maddox waved him off. Initial call looked like it was going to be an offensive foul. Instead, it's on Marcus Morris. So it was called offensive from Sean Corbin, but Maddox, from his view, thought that Morris was the one that initiated. Irving, three-pointer comes up short, out of bounds. Clippers will get it.
Remember back in the day, a guy would shoot a mail ball, you worry about whether it affected him the next possession down the floor. That's not an issue with guys like Kyrie Irving. Doesn't matter.
Well, I can't wait till 20,000 people are chanting airball off a shot like that. Hopefully soon. Marcus Morris, shot won't go. Terrence Mann with a rebound. Mann looks for three. Got it. Terrence Mann from downtown. It's a 1-point game.
And as much as people obsess over does Brooklyn have enough defensive talent to win, as important is can they rebound well enough to win? Right there, another rebound given up that led to a three.
And I really believe they need to find some depth at that center position, whether it be free agency or trade or what have you, but they have to get some depth in that area.
Well, it's probably going to be like most years, some buyouts and some veterans who will be available. Already seen as Leonard knocks down another three. Kawhi Leonard 4 for 5 from three-point range here in the first. That was like Andre Drummond. A 2-point Clipper lead.
I don't understand this. I don't understand why we allow teams to just sit guys that I think want to play.
You'd hope he wants to play. Shamit misses. Leonard fires another three. Rebound taken by Jeff Green. And the first quarter comes to an end. Kawhi Leonard with a huge first quarter, 14 points, including 4 3-pointers. Kyrie Irving had 12 points. Leonard 4 of 6 from downtown. Meanwhile, James Harden.
I am. I miss my 5 kids. So I miss the sunshine, but I miss my kids more.
I bet. Thank you, Steve.
You got it.
Steve Nash, first year as a head coach after a brilliant Hall of Fame career. He's got a lot of help on the bench, including Mike D'Antoni. Of course, they have that great connection in Phoenix. 7 seconds or less. Andrew Shamet shot off the mark. DeAndre Jordan steps out of bounds.
Mari Stoudemire on his staff as well.
There's Mike, said he figures Steve Nash did a lot for him in his career, so he wanted to repay the favor and become his assistant after being let go by the Rockets.
And it's crazy that people watching just see him as the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. He was an incredible basketball player and would be a superstar in today's game without question.
Who's that?
Steve Nash. There's people watching that's not aware of Steve Nash as a basketball player.
I think more people are aware of how great he was.
No, there's people that don't know us as coaches on our player.
That's a good point. Steve Nash, like the combination of shooting and passing, playing in that up-tempo game. And I think
toughness.
Yeah, and I think the thing that gets underrated about him is what a great leader and teammate he was. It was like he and Tim Duncan, to me, the pat on the head, pat on the back style leadership was so different than a lot of the great NBA players at that point who were more in your face and going at guys.
A 2-time MVP Morris misses Zubac's the rebound. By the way, that was a great play from Terrence Mann down the other end defensively. George misses that one. DeAndre Jordan the rebound. There comes Joe Harris. And now guarding Harden. And a timeout called by the former 2-time MVP. 90 seconds into the second quarter. Brooklyn down 6.
Spaceship. It's strange to see everything you're thinking. Be a man. Be a man. Be strong.
Come in here, tell me.
1,000.
for the best director. Tragically, though, he died so young at the age of 51 from a stroke back in 2019. What a brilliant, brilliant young director he was.
Gone too soon, and you talk about Boys in the Hood, absolute classic movie. Love to DeAndre Jordan, but gone too soon, like I said, historic.
That's one of those where if you turn in the channels and you go in the middle of it, you can't turn it off to the end.
I still yell out, Ricky, get out of the alleyway. I didn't want nothing to happen to my guy Morris Chestnut.
Here comes Harden. Inside pass to Brown. Brown out. Landry Shamet, the former Clipper, knocks down the three-pointer. They actually did have like a little mini tribute to Shamet, his return play with the Clippers last year. They put him up on the big screen. Welcome back. I thought it was very nice, Jeff. I know you like that.
So everybody gets a video now?
It was just a little shout out as Paul George knocks down.
No, but I'm just saying, there's got to be criteria for videos.
What would your criteria?
I'm not sure what they would be, but
you make an impact, you make some friends, you leave a lasting impression where you play. Harden draws the foul on Morris. Morris played him well up until that last bit, and Harden able to get to the free throw line.
Like if DeAndre Jordan, when he comes back here, I get it. Blake Griffin, Chris Paul, I get it.
I'm gonna agree with you. Some guys just deserve a point or a nod, a head nod,
or just a wave.
Morris picks up his second foul. Harden off to a good start. And he's been terrific on this trip. Upcoming national TV schedule, doubleheader on TNT on Tuesday. Celtics and Mavericks in Dallas. Portland playing at Denver. And then TNT on Thursday. Dallas then in Philadelphia. And the Pelicans at Milwaukee. Pelicans with the overtime victory over the Celtics, a game on ABC earlier. It sounded like they had a lot of fans there. It was like the first game where you heard authentic chants from the fans. It's such a pleasure to listen to on what was a very exciting game. Clippers by one, a whistle and a foul. Shamet picks up his first. George, 11 points here in the early going. Prior to that toe injury, he had been playing at such a level. That three-pointer misses. And DeAndre Jordan the rebound. Jordan, the former Clipper, coming off the bench now. Jeff Green's been starting. Harden flips it up and in. Makes it look so easy. He's got 17.
You come up too early, he throws the lob. You stay too deep, he has every shot imaginable.
Lou Williams is a guy that's got every shot imaginable. Williams really struggled to start the season, but playing some good ball recently.
And he's valuable to them because another guy, especially coming off that bench, that can carry the offense and take the pressure off of Leonard and George.
That was another nice pass from Harden. Brown draws the foul.
There's no good pick-and-roll scheme. Brown sets the screen. Zubac stays in a deep drop, and Harden flips up the runner in the paint.
It puts the big guy in such a dilemma because if Zubac comes up, and he's got to have the ability to drive by him and keep him behind him. If you lay back, he has the ability to either shoot or attack you. He's just a master at pick and roll and making plays out of it.
Now goes 1 for 2. Game tied. 3.5 gone by here in the second. Joe Harris picks up Lou Williams, drives past him, little hesitation, shot won't go. Jordan, the rebound. Harden again, flips it up, and in James Harden. Now 19 points, and we still have 8 minutes to go in the second. His high with the Nets this year is 38. George's pass deflected. George back shot misses. Rebound taken by George. Inside the Zubac. Zubac with a nice left-handed move.
He's an underrated player. He just does everything solid. I don't know if he does anything great, but he's an absolute starting center in this league. It's very skilled.
And it's like you said, he's got great hands. So he can play with other good players because he rolls, he catches, and he can finish.
Harden dribbles between two defenders. This time went for the banker. Morris is fouled on the rebound. It's only the third team foul.
Well, here they go after a second shot. They're blitzing Paul George in the pick and roll. Zubac has a great knack for rolling, catching, and finishing.
Zubac still just 23 years old. Now in his fifth year, though, out of Croatia.
There's Biggs watching that replay. Understand, he set the screen. He didn't cheat the screen. And that's why the play was so successful.
Harden drives past. Morris throws it up, and a foul on the pass. That's now 4 team fouls.
We've seen guys in the past not set the screen. He takes the body of James Harden, eliminates him from the picture. And once he's eliminated, then he rolls. That's how you run the pick and roll.
And there's so much more slipping that goes on. You've got to find the right ratio between screening and slipping. And what I was impressed with that on Zubac, he was able to set a firm pick and still roll. So many guys, Biggs, when they set the firm screen, they don't roll with speed and force. Zubac does both. Has terrific side out of bounds lob pass from Harden to Jordan.
Clippers made a number of substitutions, like the guys that came in weren't exactly ready for the inbounds pass. And it worked to perfection. 4th assist to James Harden. Ball goes out of bounds.
That's always comforting to coaches when guys come in and they have no idea who or what they're guarding.
3 different players came in during that whistle, and Jordan able to take advantage. By the way, Luau Cabarro out for the game, a right hip contusion. Brooklyn by 2. Harden across the lane, finds Brown. In and out. Knocked out of bounds. The ball.
And Brown, he's basically their starting center. He screens and rolls. He cuts on penetration. He's a smaller guy who plays excellent defense, but his points are going to come in and around the basket.
The second-round pick, played his first 2 years with Detroit, played his college ball at University of Miami. Acquired in a trade the offseason. Leonard throws it up to Ibaka. Ibaka shoots over Jordan, but can't get it to fall.
What makes Brown so valuable is playing around greatness. He does not need the ball to be effective.
Oh, beautiful pass and a one-handed finish from DeAndre Jordan. Irving with a pretty assist. Brooklyn back up by 4. Beverly tried to thread the needle. George couldn't quite grab it.
And this is as good as I've seen DeAndre look all year. Live body, the ability already early in this ball game to court lobs, set screens, rebound the basketball. It's like he's getting his legs under him.
He's got 6 points, 5 rebounds off the bench. Six to shoot. Harris fires away. A rare off night early for Harris. This week on ABC, Saturday primetime. Brooklyn will be home hosting Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks. Tip off shortly after 8:30 Eastern. Coverage begins with NBA Countdown at 8. Brooklyn glad to be going back home. As Steve Nash said, they have been just superb on this trip, including coming back from 24 down as George banks it in. They were down 24 in Phoenix earlier this week and did it. How about the Pelicans today, down 24 to Boston, come back and win. Nice feed inside, and Brown finishes. Irving and Brown, another good connection.
In the game before that, the Pelicans got outscored by, I think, 79 points in the fourth quarter against Phoenix. You know, leads aren't the same.
No way. That three-point line just, I mean, it can close a gap quickly.
And the pace as well as Batum can't get it to fall. Gets his own rebound. Second effort won't go. Beverly knocked it out of Harris's hands. Ball still loose. Batum has it and draws the foul. Credit Patrick Beverly for keeping that alive. Nick Batum's going to get some free throws out of it.
Well, this more than just the start of their defense is the issue for Brooklyn. Can they secure defensive rebounds at a rate against the best teams in the playoffs? And I think it's going to be very interesting going forward whether they can, whether they have to add to their roster, or whether it's really no problem at all because of their offensive firepower.
I think you look and you say, how bad do you want it? Because you show that replay and you only see two guys working on the board. See 5 white jerseys in that board, in that paint area trying to secure a rebound. That's when you have a real chance of winning it all.
Batum misses a pair. Nick Batum, in his first year with the Clippers, the 32-year-old veteran. In his 13th year, he has been an excellent addition for this team.
You know what he's good at, Mike? He's a great connector. You know, like he passes, he can cut. He knows how to play, as Green does too, with a great cut out of the corner. When you have superstars, you need the connectors to help the stars play at their very best.
Well, as you said, Green's like that for Brooklyn. Batum mishandles that one. Brown comes up with it. Brown drives, goes inside. Shot blocked by George. Brown gets it back and banks it home. Good second effort from Bruce Brown, and the Clippers call timeout as the Nets go up by 8. Just over 4 minutes remaining first half from L.A.
How hard is it to catch a crispy flaky?
7%, averaging 24 a game. Back to 11. 4 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Shaq was out of bounds. A rare turnover tonight for Brooklyn. It's only 5 now. Leonard gets to his spot. Short jumper. Missed it. Irving whips it to Shamet. Shamet with 5 to shoot, but a travel. So back-to-back turnovers for Brooklyn.
And I'm a little surprised that James Harden isn't putting more pressure on Lou Williams to drive him and make him guard him one-on-one. That's why they got the switch they wanted to start with.
For me, it's a license to do you at that point. Make a play for yourself or for your teammate when you get the matchup that you want.
George, line drive, knocks down a three-pointer. That's the 13-3 of the game for the Clippers. And it cuts the deficit to 8. Irving, tough matchup for Marcus Morris, who defends it well. Shot won't go. Rebound, ripped down now by Leonard. 8 boards for Kawhi Leonard. George gets inside. Nice feed to Zubac, throws it down, and it's a 6-point game. Timeout, Brooklyn. Palmer fired up as the Clippers score 9 in a row. 6:54 remaining, fourth quarter from LA.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long.
Timeout Nets.
Brought to you by CarMax, Mark Jackson.
And it's Bruce Brown. Ball movement, man movement, putting himself in position time and time again, off of cuts, solid screens, diving to the cup, high percentage looks offensively, and then the effort. Extra effort plays, hustling for the basketball, keeping possessions alive, even crashing the offensive boards. You say, what can Brown do for you? I say a little bit of everything.
He's got 13 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 steals. The Clippers right back in it. Down by 6. Still 6.5 remaining. 6 on the 24. Harden step back. 3 is good. James Harden from downtown. His 4th three-pointer. He's got 35.
Sometimes outside of a double team, nothing that you can do. I mean, that's good defense by Paul George. Just better offense by James.
Well, that's a beautiful slip pass from Paul George. 7 assists for George. Zubats has had a fine game off the bench. 13.7 rebounds. 8 of those points here in the 4th quarter. Irving, hand in his face, knocks it down. 26 for Irving. Leonard. Leonard drives on DeAndre Jordan. Ball slipped out of his hands, but a reach-in foul call on Jordan. There's a Jordan. It's on Brown. My mistake. That's his 3rd.
But exactly what we talked about James Harden doing when he has Lou Williams one-on-one. Kyrie Irving says, everybody out of my way. Takes advantage of that matchup. Again, good defense with a contest. Just better offense. And James Harden, this is one-on-one. He flat out gets a contest, and it doesn't matter. We've seen that move before.
Morris, a contested three-pointer. He thought he was fouled. Rebound taken by Beverly. Shot clock reset to 14. And it again, trying to get to the basket. Jordan blocks the shot. DeAndre Jordan with his third block of the night.
And he switched more tonight than he has in the past and done a very good job.
9-point game coming up on the 5-minute mark. Leonard to Zubac. Zubac blocked again by Jordan. Back-to-back rejections from DeAndre Jordan. Pass inside to Brown. Brown shot misses. George fouled. Three-pointer won't go. And the initial call is not in the act of shooting. George actually looked like he gathered that time. Trey Mack says, nope, going to take it out of bounds. Third team foul.
I think that's in the act of shooting. Those are tough calls to make, but to me, he's coming off that screen and looks like he's elevating.
I agree, Mark. That looked like the upward motion after the gather. Brooklyn Nets trying to win their 6th in a row and go perfect on this West Coast trip. This is the 5th and final game of the trip. George drives inside and fouled by Brown. Brown saying he pushed off. Now has words with George. DeAndre Jordan gets in between them. Bruce Brown not backing down from anybody.
See how many people, security guys, start to run onto the floor? I mean, that is nothing. Like, and there was a swarm of security coming out like we were in possible melee situation.
You got to figure it this way. They don't have anything to do, really. There's no fans, so it gives them something to do.
That's true. They're on top of their job. The other side is they could be chilling, sleeping, taking a nap right now, but they're aware and alert.
I would go tell them, take a nap. It's okay. Did you see the ones that come on the court at timeouts? That's really weird. They look up in the stands like they do in the. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Creatures of habit.
Yeah.
Free throw's good. 7-point game. Just over 4.5 remaining. Clippers trying to come back from a 15-point second-half deficit. Batum back in guarding DeAndre Jordan. Now switches on Harden. 5 to shoot. Harden gets inside. The floater's up. Misses. And Morris the rebound. Beverly finds George. George steps back. Three-pointer. It's good. Paul George from downtown. And it's a 4-point game.
The problem with the Nets defensively, we've seen already 3 or 4 times where DeAndre Jordan is defending Kawhi Leonard or Paul George. That's a recipe for disaster.
And since the Clippers have taken Zubac out, you wonder if Steve Nash, if he's going to stay big or think about downsizing like with the lineup he has to start games.
Great feed. Kyrie Irving, a bullet pass, and DeAndre Jordan able to finish. 7th assist for Irving. Jordan, 10 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 block shots. George on the drive, gets inside. Foul. George can add to his 32-point total. His team down by 6.
Kyrie Irving sees the double and finds DeAndre Jordan. This guy's offensive talent. Even though you know it, every time you see him live, it's mesmerizing.
Totally agree. He's an unbelievable basketball player.
The ball handling, he's a magician with it. Jordan picks up his 3rd foul. Paul George now with 33. And DeAndre Jordan will sit down, but gets kudos from his coaching staff and teammates. Terrific performance tonight from DeAndre Jordan. Shaman's back in. Joe Harris in with Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Jeff Green. 12 of his 34 points have come here in the fourth quarter, Paul George, and it's back to 4. Can the Clippers get enough stops against these offensive stars for Brooklyn? Irving with Morris, fakes, drives, falling away, baseline, won't go. Rebound George, but he falls down. Picked up by Irving. Irving pass inside to Harris, and he banks it home. Another gorgeous feed from Kyrie Irving. And the Clippers call timeout.
Kyrie Irving one-on-one, gets the look he wants, not able to finish. Paul George rebounds, but off balance, loses the basketball. And how about the vision from Kyrie Irving? Kyrie Irving one-on-one, gets the look he wants, not able to.
Smooth 5G stream. The 5G Google Pixel from $499.
Can I ride up the Wi-Fi in my son's tree?
A matchup of two title contenders, two great offensive teams, and four of the most dynamic players in the game. And they have not disappointed. Right now, they've got a 6-point lead, just under 3 minutes remaining here in the fourth.
Concern right now, if you're the Nets, no rim protection and the offensive foul called on Patrick Beverley against Kyrie Irving.
Jeff Green shaken up.
And they're going to challenge him.
And it was a delayed call. He waited until Jeff Green fell.
And Green is in some real pain. Beverly upset.
It looked like, looking at the replay in the building, it looked like an illegal screen by Patrick Beverley. A little back screen.
That's an illegal screen. He didn't give him time to stop and change direction.
kind of threw his right shoulder at him as well as Beverly is called for the foul. We'll be right back.
Arby's, 2 for $6 every day. The biggest fish sandwich of your life. Twice.
Beverly's arguing, but there's no question about it. Officials got a coach's challenge. Watch him come in and kind of throw that right forearm right into the back of Green. And he went down. And it's still down. Man, he's really shaken up. Tyronn Lue with a coach's challenge. And just he kind of threw the right part of his body into Green. Green holding on to that his right arm there. And now finally gets up. Jeff Green, who Steve Nash has called the voice of reason, has been a big part of the team's success. Now the starting center as they go small, playing for his 10th NBA team. The 34-year-old veteran has been a terrific teammate no matter where he's gone. He's going to go right now back to the locker room. And very upset. Wow. And the call stands. Foul on Beverly. So the challenge unsuccessful as Beverly picks up his third. Just not a smart play by Beverly there. Team now within 6. But now get off the ball.
Especially when you have great offensive weapons. You don't have to try to do too much to create opening.
And interestingly, they take Paul George out. And I wonder if that's a minutes restriction.
He's played 32. Again, as you mentioned, Jeff, he's missed 7 games with that toe injury. Only played 27 minutes of the night. Irving drives on Morris, gets inside. Layup is good. Oh, man.
It has to be something. You're not going to insert Lou Williams defensively and take ball.
Leonard drives, gets inside, lays it up and in with that long reach. 107-101, still a 6-point game, 2:20 to play.
Yeah, that is a weird substitution. We close out the ball game. Paul George not sitting, standing on the sideline.
It has to be minutes.
Irving puts up a 3 off the rim. Beverly wrestles the rebound away from Brown. Harden picks up Beverly. Leonard calling for it. Leonard's got Kyrie Irving, who fouls him. They're in the penalty, so Kawhi Leonard with a chance to cut it to 4 with 1:53 remaining. That's got to be it, guys.
But it's 2 and change to go in the ball game. That's my question. I'm not going to get you going, man. I'm going to leave you alone.
I'm just.
The injury that he missed the 7 games with was swelling of his toe, which is obviously really hard to run on. As Leonard hits the free throw. Paul George, 34 points.
If I was Paul George, I'd just run back in right now. I'd make some physiotherapist tackle me at the table. These are the games you live for. Keep me out of a game against Minnesota.
Keep me home tomorrow.
Back to 4, under 2 to play. Clippers hitting free throws down a stretch here to keep them in the game. Leonard now on Harden. Morris switches up. 7 on the 24. Harden drives, drawing the foul, shot won't go. But he does what he does as well as anybody in the league. Draws the contact and will head to the free throw line.
And Patrick Beverly's still looking up, but he clearly swipes at the basketball and gives contact.
again, that's just not a smart foul.
Beverly's fourth.
You have to think, I'll tell you, the next time they come down and they put DeAndre Jordan into the pick and roll and he's in the play, I'm fouling him as he's coming up to set the pick. I'm going to make DeAndre Jordan make free throws. I'm not going to let James Harden and Kyrie Irving isolate me, run the clock.
Harden's missed 3 free throws tonight. 5 of 8, make it 4. 5 of 9. And the lead remains 4 for Brooklyn. Try to win their 6th in a row. Leonard drives. Double team back up top to Morris. Beverly, Batum fakes. Now puts up a 3. Won't go. Rebound tip misses. And Jordan comes down with a rebound. And he's fouled.
And a good play by Patrick Beverly. Doesn't get the rebound, but aware, alert, fouls DeAndre Jordan.
Jordan, a double-double tonight.
Is the right play. And the smart play. You fouled DeAndre Jordan in this situation what Coach was talking about. Now he has to go to the line. Steve Ballmer.
Isn't that great about sports, though? You're worth like $90 billion, and you still are living and dying on a Nick Batum corner 3.
And Jordan shooting 52% from the free throw line this season. Knocks down the first one perfect. Now a 5-point Brooklyn lead.
Think about that. James Harden misses 5 free throws, and DeAndre Jordan steps up and hits all net.
He's never been a good free throw shooter for his career. 47%. Goes 1 for 2. Leonard has it. 5-point game. Minute 10 left. Lou Williams kicks it out. Now Beverly stops. Back to Williams. Williams puts up a 3. Bang! Lou Williams from downtown. Farmer likes the fact this team within 2.
One thing if I was the Clippers right now, I'm not allowing switches to be on your terms. Who you want on Kyrie Irving or James Harden? I'm forcing them to get rid of the basket.
Irving on the drive. Floats it up. Shot no good. Rebound. Irving tips it back out to Harris. Irving with Batum on him. Tries a 3-pointer. Rebounds 4-4. Leonard comes away. 38 seconds remaining. Clippers down by 2. Leonard goes in the corner to Morris. Back to Leonard. And a whistle. So free throws and a chance to tie it with 28.6 remaining. DeAndre Jordan with his 4th personal. Leonard's 4 for 4 from the line.
And I think you have to say to Marcus Morris, if Kawhi Leonard somehow misses and Jordan rebounds, we want a foul because there's only a 4.6 differential.
And I like the substitution, getting man in the game for Lou Williams, defensive purposes.
Clippers now 10 for 10 from the free throw line here in the 4th quarter, and they tied the game. They were down 15 with 8.5 to play. It's all even. Nets ball when we come back.
We make it easy for you to do your taxes virtually. Snap a pic and leave the rest to me. We make it easy. Express on your phone. You don't have to leave home.
The fourth quarter, Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers were down by 15, but have stormed back, hitting big free throws, perfect from the line, and have had some stops. Well, right now, it's all tied up. Each team still has a timeout remaining. Both teams in the penalty. It's Brooklyn ball with 28.6 remaining. So a 4.6 difference between shot clock and game clock.
And one thing the Nets do is bring Shaman in the ball game for Brown, because you have to have shooting on the floor. So Joe Harris and Shaman is those guys, and you have DeAndre Jordan as the guy diving and crashing the ball.
I think that's an interesting decision. Do you keep Brown in, or do you keep Jordan in?
To me, if I'm the Clippers, I'm not allowing Kyrie Irving or James Harden to play one-on-one to end this ball game.
Patrick Beverly, an all-NBA defender, guarding Kyrie Irving. Now Mann picks him up. Irving steps back, three-pointer. In and out, won't go. Oh, and Jordan tips it in. DeAndre Jordan with the left hand. And Brooklyn goes back up by 2.
That's great effort by DeAndre Jordan. Stationed along the baseline in the dunker position.
Your whole world.
Beverly, Leonard, and Marcus Morris.
One thing you don't want to do if you're the Nets, you got to protect the three-point line also. So you have to play solid defense to make sure you don't give open looks to lapse in the defense.
They put the big man Jordan on the inbounds pass. Tune called the best passer. The Clippers. Leonard drives, goes inside, lays it up, and an offensive foul is called.
And they don't have a challenge yet left, because they took their challenge on the Beverly screen.
Kawhi Leonard unaware, asking them to challenge, unaware that they don't have the challenge.
Yep.
No. Nope. Nope, Mike.
Don't like
you
the
can
call.
say yep all you want. This is NBA basketball.
You don't think on that one? And quickly a foul, Beverly on Harden.
That's inserting yourself where you don't need to be inserted. Because I can say that forearm on him is the foul first. So you let that go, which I think is the right call. So then you get away with something, and that's not even that much. He's just trying to shed the illegal contact by Harden.
Right. And what we've seen, he sold the contact. What little contact there was. And he benefited because of it.
So Beverly fouls out. 5 points in 28 minutes. James Harden goes to the free throw line.
And I know in that last 2-minute report, they're going to say, great call.
Meanwhile, clutch free throws right now. Harden hits the first to make it a 3-point game. Remember, the Clippers now out of timeouts. .3 remaining. It'll be interesting to see if he misses this. Will Brooklyn foul? Not allowed a three-pointer, but he hits it. That makes it a 4-point game. No timeouts for the Clippers. Final seconds. Lou Williams dribbles it down, kicks it out in the corner to Mann. Mann puts up a three-pointer. That won't go. Leonard goes through, and that's it. The Brooklyn Nets come into L.A. and beat the Clippers and extend their winning streak to 6 in a row. James Harden, another brilliant performance with 37, plus 11 rebounds and 7 assists. And as the Nets continue to play terrific basketball, they sweep the West Coast trip. 5 straight on the West Coast, 6 in a row overall. And this is the key play down the stretch. Leonard drives, contact between these two All-Stars, and they call the offensive foul on Kawhi Leonard, who was not happy, nor were the Clippers. But Brooklyn will have a
That's all. New Dove Men deodorant is different.
Sa pag-follow. Yan, base card. Netflix. Kung ano naka-recommend din yung item ko, Lord. Sa pag-follow.
He's had some issues. Percentages way down compared to where he normally is.
Returning to the box, number 22, Chris Middleton.
14 on the shot clock, 4:17 game clock in the third. The Bucks lead by 16. Their biggest lead has been 23. Giannis will get a breather here along with Augustine. Using up almost the entire 5 seconds. Halliburton got it away in time. Aaron Fox lets one fly. Thanasis the rebound. Connaughton, Middleton, Portis, Thanasis out of the Kumbo, Bryn Ford. Oh, nice little fake by Portis. The ball will stay on this end. The Bucks will get it back with 14 on the timer.
Thanasis chasing down the loose rebound.
Timeout comes with 3:51 in the quarter. The Bucks up 88-72 with the second.
Let's go, Lakers, let's go. Gun one shout out. Vin Fuentes shout out. Francis Pronto shout out. Justin shout out. They're missing AD guys, the rim protector. That's why they need to trade for a rim protector.
Kings 88-72, just under 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Time now for tonight's bucket chart, brought to you by your hometown KFC. Chris Middleton, 9 of 16, 3 of 5 on threes. He has 21 points tonight. He has played well.
He has played exceptionally well, and just body language with Chris and confidence. And, you know, we harken back to the 2 Toronto games, the way Nick Nurse came at him, kind of shook him up a little bit, didn't respond to it as well as he could have. But, you know, Chris is the type of an individual. He gets down, but he's not going to stay down. He's going to continue to work hard. And with the way he shoots the basketball, all he needs is to see a couple of them go through, especially those shake and take off the dribble jumpers that he is so good at creating separation on.
And then you should know, as we mentioned earlier, he has tied his season high with 4 steals, all in the first half. Playing on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, judging by that lineup, looks like we go to the same barber. Nice haircut. Stephen King, are you cutting him too? He's cutting everybody. But you just love to see Chris. And again, you don't underestimate the presence of a real point guard where the pressure is not on you to have to facilitate and set up the offense yourself, even though he can do that. But you can just kind of focus on what you do.
Corey Joseph with the steal. Thanasis Antetokounmpo the foul. The Bucks are over the limit on that foul. It's the team's 5th, second on Thanasis. So free throws coming.
Chris is expressive and questioning and talking to his teammates and just kind of locked in. Just involved in the game in a lot of different aspects, and you like to see that.
Corey Joseph from Toronto, Canada.
Played 36 minutes last night, did not score. Well, had 2 corners, didn't score a field goal. Knocked down a couple of free throws against the Bulls. That's a lot of minutes for Corey Joseph, who really be a bucket getter in San Antonio days. Nice. See, that's that aggressive body language.
23 for Middleton. Halliburton, a good passer. You've seen a few tonight from him. He went to the post, and the Bucks disrupt.
Manassas walks away, holding his space.
Pat Connaughton slow to get up.
Here's Chris working on De'Aaron Fox. Watch this spin move. Take him, he cuts you off. Left, right, gather, finish. Young people, that is textbook. And what happens on this play? Manassas there. Oh. Wow. He and Pat Connaughton collided heads.
Meeting of the minds.
Oh, mind over matter. If you don't mind, it don't matter. But neither guy. Talk about a couple of hard heads.
Play on. Connaughton jumping against Rashawn Holmes.
No cat scan, no foul, I guess.
And then he tips it out to Francis for the jammer.
He's gonna get one of those, Jim. Ball finds energy.
Well, I told you it was a meeting of the minds.
There you go. I mentioned them coming back home. Sometimes you can just have a showcase type game like a Tyler Hero did. Sometimes you can struggle. Halliburton struggling in that. This
Bobby
guy,
Portis for 3.
He's not struggling. Bobby buckets. BGB, Bobby gets buckets.
6 points, both on threes. Portis. 95-73. Less than 2.5 to play in the third. De'Aaron Fox. Connaughton got a touch. And the ball went out of bounds.
Ball tapped out. Rashawn Holmes. Free sailing for the nasty.
Connaughton let Holmes get that one right to Thanasis.
Yeah. You just love to see him get paid off for all the effort, energy, enthusiasm. That's just on the bench. That's not in the game. That's on the bench.
Marvin Bagley. He's 5 for 8, 12 points. You think Thanasis takes credit for Giannis getting 15 of 17 free throws? He's always knocking on the floor.
Yeah.
Getting his attention. Probably not.
I'll tell you, there's no one in the arena happier than Thanasis to see his younger brother. For both of them, Giannis has such respect for Thanasis as a basketball player, kind of, growing up watching him dominate in Athens, the playground that they grew up on. Halliburton finally able to get something going.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Woo! Thanasis!
Thanasis knocks that away. This is Kyle Guy to the basket. Guy is a two-way player. Played collegiately at Virginia.
Miss Jackson, if you're nasty.
DiVincenzo muscles, rolls off. Bobby Portis.
He's an inch shorter, at least, than Marvin Bagley III, but you never would have guessed it looking at that offensive rebound work by Bobby buckets.
Portis with 8 points. Halliburton. Yes.
That's the kind of stuff he's been doing. He's Rookie of the Month, first month of the season for the Western Conference.
Halliburton up to 9 points off Sacramento's bench.
Watch the nasty here. And Bagley going to gather. I'm throwing this down. No, you're not. The nasty says no. Little brother loving it. Bagley, good job by Bobby Portis, working hard defensively. Getting Bagley a little frustrated inside. The physical, aggressive play, the offensive rebounding.
Portis came in averaging over 11 points and over 7 rebounds. The critical factor there is he is doing that in less than 22 minutes per game. There have only been 4 players in the last 38 seasons that could say that. Bobby Portis this season, Yusuf Nurkic, Denver and Portland, Enes Kanter, and Nikola Jokic.
I mean, if Jordan Clarkson weren't having such a spectacular season off the bench for Utah, I think we would have the 6th man. But Bobby Portis is right up there with the best of them in terms of off-the-bench production. And not only scoring, but as you mentioned, rebounding the basketball, and his defense is improving.
We learned that last year in watching Giannis, tracking him, with which he was doing all of that. That's a 2 for Middleton. So he has 25 points. Bobby Portis, everything in less than 22 minutes a game. The Bucks 1 shy of 100 through 3 quarters. They lead by 17 with Sacramento trying to make it 2 straight victories.
We're trying our best to communicate with our international friends. Shout out J-Mart, shout out. He has time being LeBron. Yeah, they can win this game, but let's see. Oh, Lakers full timeout. It's their ball. You have a low subscriber. Yep, I have a low subscriber. To improve my subscriber, guys. Overtime. Let's see. Uh, 90% of watching my videos don't subscribe, guys. 90%. Hope you guys subscribe. J-Mart, shout out. You chopped me.
.82 with 12 minutes to play. Another drive and score by Kyle Guy.
Kyle Guy won a national championship down in Virginia.
Forbes to the middle, shoots over Guy off the front of the rim. Thanasis right there. That his last touched apparently by DiVincenzo, according to Kane Fitzgerald, the crew chief. Tyrese Halliburton, little floater off the glass.
That's a quality finish.
Oshkosh Bagas. He's up to 11.
Where is that from? Oshkosh, is that a clothing line or something? That's a great soft runner.
Overall.
That's right. Over Tyrese on that play. Over all defenders.
Chris has matched Giannis at 27.
Stepping up and over everybody.
Joseph defended by Middleton. Puts that down, drives. Be on the way.
Kyle Guy.
Boy. Diaz come out firing. 7 points in 4 minutes.
Second most outstanding player in the Final Four that the Kings have had in their career, in their existence. Bobby Hurley being the first. Take a look at Mr. Oshkosh North, I think is the high school. Went to here's a little ball screen, and this is that little floater that teams will give you based on drop defense, and really nice ability to knock it down on that possession. Good to see him get untracked a little bit here.
Corey Joseph picking up his second foul.
Sacramento's challenging the foul.
And as you hear, it will be challenged. We'll get to that when we come back. 101-89, the Bucks lead the Kings. An unsuccessful challenge. Ball on the floor stands. Foul against Corey Joseph.
Joseph trying to wedge himself. A lot of arm, a lot of forearm on Chris Middleton, fighting through. Chris, good job getting himself into the act of shooting upon feeling the contact.
Apparently they didn't feel that Middleton offered enough contact to have that be reversed. Middleton can get to 30 with his next free throw. The 2020-21 City Collection has relaunched. New items have dropped. They are available now at the Bucks Pro Shop right here at Fiserv Forum and at shop.bucks.com. Middleton 30, Giannis 27, 57 of the 104 points. Kyle Guy missing the three. Giannis pulls in his 12th rebound. Jonathan feeds Giannis, deep catch. DiVincenzo in heavy traffic. Yes, using the body, creating space, and scoring his 13th point.
Well, now Dante getting some burn as the lead guard out there with no DJ on the floor. Great job with the offensive rebounding, speaking of which.
Halliburton follows his own miss.
Yep.
Picking it up here late in the game. 13 points for Tyrese Halliburton.
Took him a while to get comfortable, but once he did, nice finish, Dante.
Boy.
Gets it out, hanging loose with the rubber band. Nice job taking Kyle Guy.
DiVincenzo defending Jabari Parker. Parker backs out. And hits that about a foot and a half inside the three-point line.
That was vintage Jabari. Go back and forth through the wicked dribbles.
4 points for Parker in 13 minutes of action. Chris Middleton has 32 points.
Luke Walton has seen enough. Chris Middleton is just having his way with the Kings.
Season high for Middleton, 32. One above his previous top score of 31. Dante DiVincenzo. Look at this. Triangulated. He gets a deuce out of it.
I got this feeling inside my bones.
Back-to-back loss. Yep, back-to-back loss.
Could look right. I didn't see him get hit. DiVincenzo for three. Thumpage, but right to Giannis, and he's pushed away on a foul.
It's overwhelmed De'Aaron Fox on the inside. You don't really get a sense of just how imposing Giannis is until you're matched up against him down near the basket. Especially an undersized player, especially with his increased upper body chiselage.
De'Aaron Fox, 6'3". Pat Connaughton in for DJ Augustine. Bobby Portis is out there. DiVincenzo, Giannis, more contact. This will be called against Giannis. Well, let's take a look. Maybe we can see where Kyle got an elbow. Bobby Portis.
He's trying to set a back screen.
And then he hits the three.
The screen to screen. Well, actually screen and handoff. That's a good action. Now, guys, like you said.
Daquan Jeffries hands it off. De'Aaron Fox can't get it to go. Giannis. Oh, he is rolling tonight. 15 rebounds. Here's Portis. 16 rebounds and 29 points.
Clean up, man. Clean in the glass.
Daquan Jeffries for three. I think I asked very early on if Zach LaVine could score 38 last night for Chicago against Sacramento. What could Giannis do? I think we're finding out. 29, 16 rebounds, 15 of 17 at the line.
Yeah. And Chris Middleton, he's not doing a bad Zach LaVine impersonation of his own with his 32 points. He had no answer for LaVine and have no answer for the Bucks' two All-Stars in this game.
Combined 61 points, 23 rebounds, and 10 assists.
Dante DiVincenzo quietly has put himself together a terrific game also at both ends of the floor. He's had to chase De'Aaron Fox around a plethora of screens on the perimeter.
Giannis hits the deck. The last contact was Jeffries. Four fouls on Daquan Jeffries. 14 fouls. 6:51 remaining in the fourth.
He's starting to heat up. First 19 games, big time struggle. And as we talked about, I mean, you just know he's better than a sub or even around 60%. He's shot, 76% as one of his best years. Another 70+% year as a free throw shooter.
We talked about his perfect 17 for 17 game. His career high is 19 makes and 22 attempts.
He's had a few double-digit perfect games, right? I did that.
6. Well, yeah, he's had 6.
Yeah, I mean
4 10s.
You know,
I want to say 4 10s and 11. Maybe an 11 and a 17.
I mean, you can't suck that badly from the free throw line and have 6 double-figure
perfectos.
You just can't. And so that means that's when you know it's all mental. It's just a question of finally trying to figure things out, settling down. Rolling start out of the blocks from Marvin Bagley III. They're just not making a big deal out of it. Not focusing on it too much and just quietly keep working with them, keep putting in, but don't overwork it. I see him out there shooting free throws after games. I'm like, go home and hug your baby.
Really?
You've done enough work.
I was looking at that. The last time these teams met, Giannis did not play, and it was right around this time last year. It would have been right around the time Liam came into the world. Yeah. Both teams had 13 turnovers. The difference is the Bucks have scored 20 off the 13. There's Daquan Jeffries again. So they are +8 in points off turnovers at this juncture, leading 113-98.
Yeah, I remember Mariah Giannis's beautiful lady didn't travel to France because it was just too close to giving birth time.
I looked at the box score and it said Giannis personal. Well, that's what it was.
That's about as personal as you can get. But he is, it's just all this talk about MVP. You can't discount what he is doing. You can't all of a sudden say, well, because of the lack of playoff success, if you're not going to count the playoffs in the criteria of an MVP award, and it's just based solely on regular season performance. Nice
Beautiful
execution
and a whistle.
Yeah, and
that Connaughton and one.
And who pulled the trigger on the inbounds play? DJ Augustine. Just great execution. But really good at this. When possession gets the Kings a little confused on defensive assignments and opens up a nice lane that Pat Connaughton able to exploit.
DJ has brought some order in the last two games, has he not?
He's been tremendous, man. I mean, it's just, you forget how good he is. I mean, because of his shooting struggles, and he's just been a shell of his former self up until the last two games. And just that change of dynamics, starting the game off. The last ball game against OKC just got him on enough of a roll, got his confidence back to a decent level. And you see the result. And then just taking the responsibilities off of Giannis, Chris, other players, Dante. So Giannis could just worry about doing that kind of stuff. Two guys with 30-plus points in this game. You said, we got two Zach LaVines. We'll take your Zach LaVine and raise you another Zach LaVine.
Giannis hits his first three. He has 33. Middleton 32. And Giannis is called for the offensive foul, and he diffuses quickly enough not to get a technical from Natalie Sego.
Here's Giannis going to tee it up. Bagley showing him the respect that you show a guy that leads the league and points at the pen. And there's the nasty.
Gooseneck.
He's there. Follow through. Gooseneck.
A few goose eggs, but not tonight for Giannis. Certainly not at the free throw line. Boy, what a line. 33, 18, and 4. 16 made free throws. Augustine wanted Connaughton. It gets away to Halliburton. Under 4.5 to play. Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, he's showing some of that talent. It showed up a little later than he would have hoped for, but it showed up nonetheless.
He's 2 for 4 on threes now and has 16 off the bench. Brook Lopez, offensive foul. Put a little bit of an arm, elbow, forearm into Marvin Bagley. Take a look.
Boom. That little step through.
Bucks lead by 18. Pretty nice runner for Halliburton.
That's great body control, great decision of when to loft it over. Brook Lopez playing back in kind of a drop zone defensively. That shot is there for guys that can make that shot consistently. The way defenses play in the NBA, in today's NBA, you could score some points.
Contact. De'Aaron Fox commits the foul against Giannis. Fox has 3.
16-point lead, 3:30 left, just under 3:33, 26, Coach Bud still not comfortable enough to clear the bench right now, and I don't blame him. Secure the deal.
Fans head to our Fox Sports Wisconsin Facebook page at the end of every game for The Bucks Fast Break presented by West Bend. You'll get a recap of tonight's game and preview of the upcoming opponent. Be sure to check it out after the game. Craig will have that tonight. 120 to 103.
DJ Augustine gets a break probably for the rest of the night. And even though he missed 8 of his 10 shots, didn't knock down a 3-point field goal in 5 attempts, I still think he had a positive impact on this game. Just we talked about the organization, 5 assists.
Halliburton is putting on a late game show.
Giving mom and dad and the fans who came up from Oshkosh something to cheer about.
He is the leading scorer for Sacramento with 20 points.
Yeah, I like him. I like him a lot. Just his demeanor, doesn't get overly, he's not up pumping his fists and acting like he just won an NBA championship with this shot. He just gets up and like, hey, this is what I do.
Very poised.
Yeah, act like you've been there before. You're the least surprised of anybody that you made that. That's just basic. It's just basic. That's some of my basics. What a class between he and Tyler Hero and Cade.
Halliburton committed the foul. The Bucks lead by 16, 121-105. Laquan Jeffries tries to track it down, gets it. Jeffries the miss. Giannis works Jeffries and one. I guess.
And look at the Nazis on the bench.
Look at Giannis on the floor.
Wow, I mean, he's pretty impressed. If I say so myself. Watch this footwork. Back to the basket. Back him down. Bumps. And a little pirouette step through. Normally you step through facing the defender. He actually turned his back on him and stepped through and finished with a little flip finger roll. Beautiful move.
Giannis playing with joy tonight. Jeffries picking up his 5th foul. The Bucks have not committed a foul in the 4th quarter. Sacramento over the limit. We told you Giannis had a previous high of 22 free throw attempts. He has matched that. Jabari Parker inside. Parker now with 6 points. Giannis 1 free throw made away from matching that high. He's 18 for 22. Previously 19 for 22. Giannis 18 for 22. The Kings are 15 for 20 at the line.
And that was the Kings' game plan. I mean, initially in that first half, they wasn't able to get to the rim because of hard fouls and their intent on putting him at the free throw line. And the best of all worlds for Giannis is to make them pay for it by knocking down the free throws.
Kyle Guy picking up foul number 2. So there, he matches his career high with 19 made free throws. The Bucks continue their home stretch. They will face Minnesota for the first time this season. Tip-off 7 o'clock on Tuesday right here on Fox Sports Wisconsin. Bucks Live pregame, of course, will start at 6:30.
You don't want to get Yuta Watanabe in that game.
Oh, how about that? That dunk by Anthony Edwards, amazing. His eyes were at rim level. Giannis 19 of 23, 38 points. There's a report tonight, Marcus, that the Timberwolves have fired Ryan Saunders.
Yeah, I mean, that's the nature of the game. Timberwolves had been or had the worst record in the league. I know it was last a couple of games ago.
7-24, last in the West.
Yeah.
Kyle Guy scoring a moment ago. Here's Halliburton. Guy is not shot. 4:39 remaining.
Tell you who else ain't shy.
Take a look at this. Oh, man.
Yuta Watanabe is a little late in rotation. Wouldn't have mattered. I mean, his head is above the rim right there.
I had his eyes at rim level.
Yeah.
Number 1 pick overall in the draft. We will see him in all likelihood on Tuesday. Looking forward to that.
And I've seen him do about.
Ooh, Halliburton.
Yeah, see, I mean, there's that unconventional, unorthodox looking kind of push shot. Doesn't use a lot of legs, but that's okay. He's shooting 45% from the 3-point line. And speaking of which,
Bryn Forbes answers. Bryn is 3 for 3. He has 11 points. Halliburton, 23. The bulk of which coming in the second half, and not early in the second half. He's been cooking late tonight. Rebound off to Sam Merrill, who was just called up from the G League on Friday, seeing his first action since returning.
good defense by Halliburton inside, beats Bobby Portis to the spot. Able to get both hands on the basketball before he can elevate, using his quickness. But this is you expect this in terms of, well, don't even let me say that. The Bucks have taken care of their business like they needed to tonight. It's a team coming up a tough game with Chicago, tough loss in Chicago. They lost 6 in a row. They're down right now.
Well, I thought at least that perhaps Sacramento would be fatigued along with being defensively challenged, but they haven't played like a fatigue team tonight. But the Bucks have worn them down, just relentlessly going at it. Giannis and Middleton in particular. Bobby Portis.
Well, and the point that Bobby stays down, I think is okay.
Offensive foul.
Watch him kind of lean in with the head, lead with the head against Jabari Parker into Jabari's midsection.
That three is good by Justin James.
This is the kind of game you needed. Minnesota, new coach, energy, all that. That'll be interesting. But then you got New Orleans, you got the Clippers, you got Denver coming up. So this is kind of a gradual progression right now. It's preparing you for some tough games coming up shortly here at the end of the week.
Yeah, and after Denver, the first half ends with Memphis.
Yep. Taylor Jenkins, and they've shown an ability to play some really solid basketball. So this is kind of going along to the program. After your 5-game losing streak, now you're just kind of getting back on track. So I like what I'm seeing.
The Bucks win 128-115. The story, Antetokounmpo and Middleton in combination. 70 points, 26 rebounds, 10 assists combined. Giannis 38, 18, and 4 with career high tying 19 made free throws, career high 24 free throws attempted. Middleton 32, 8, and 6 assists tonight. Solid all the way around for the Bucks. They win it by 13. They have won 9 straight over the Kings. We'll be back on Tuesday with Minnesota. Bucks Live is next. Thanks for joining us. For Marcus Johnson and Zora Stevenson, good night. I'm Jim Paschke.
No, I'm talking about my car.
About my 10,000 betting and it's good now. It's good.
Okay. Wala lang, diba? Yung mga foreigner na basta maintindihan ka lang nila, okay na yun, diba?